How did Warframe come to be? How did this single free-to-play game come to prominence? I'm going to answer that for you in this somewhat long two-part series. Well, sit back and enjoy the video.
Doors are locked. Time to break in.
It all started in 2000, when Digital Extremes, who are obviously the developers of Warframe, announced that they are working on a successor to Unreal Tournament. If you don't know what Unreal Tournament was, it was an arena-style first-person shooter developed by Epic Games and Digital Extremes that came out in 1999. It featured competitive player versus player online battles. I actually never played the original Unreal Tournament, but I did hear it was one of the greatest shooters of all time. But anyways, Unreal Tournament's successor was known as Dark Sector. I found a really old quote describing Dark Sector from Digital Extremes founder James Schmalz in 2000. The popularity of Unreal Tournament's progressive gameplay convinced us the next big thing would be extending the style of game into a massively multiplayer, persistent environment. We are combining the fast-paced action and teamplay elements of Unreal Tournament with a compelling character development and vast universe to explore in a persistent environment. Dark Sector was intended to have a plot where you are a bounty hunter and you fight players and AI in the game's many levels. More features of the game included the ability to fly, dogfighting from one level towards the next, and even a continuous economy. For a game being released in the early 2000s, I think Dark Sector could have been astonishing. Sadly, the game design was scrapped, and nobody knew what happened to the game for another 4 years. Many of you are probably asking, what does this have to do with Warframe? This should answer your question. Dark Sector was changed considerably during the 4 years to stray away from the arena-style shooter. The result of this was shown in April 2004. This small clip will show you what this next generation Dark Sector would look like. That should have answered your question. You could easily see that Dark Sector's 2004 trailer looks like a last generation version of Warframe. The character models and even the ships look extremely similar. So this new Dark Sector was actually designed to show off the potential power of the 7th generation consoles, which were the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The public opinion of the demo was great, and the game was even shown on CNN. There were still two problems though. The entire point of the demo was to gain interest from publishers, yet it utterly failed at doing so. At the time, publishers mostly wanted modern shooters or past shooters. Also, Dark Sector was just a pre-rendered concept and had barely any code in it. Because of this, Digital Extremes changed Dark Sector so publishers would actually be interested. Here is the 2006 debut of the third major iteration of Dark Sector. You could see that Dark Sector now took place in the modern setting instead of the futuristic setting. According to Digital Extremes, they wanted to add realism to the game so that fans would enjoy it, but I highly doubt that was the reason. With all the changes to the game, one key thing stayed the same, and that was the main character, Hayden Tenno. Instead of working on the second or third versions of the Unreal Engine, Digital Extremes made their own engine. This was originally called the Sector Engine, but now called the Evolution Engine. The Evolution Engine was originally designed for Dark Sector, but it was also used for their future projects, such as The Darkness 2 and Warframe. According to Steve Sinclair, the engine was all written from scratch. The main reason for using their own engine was to make it not look like Unreal Engine 3, but instead their own perspective. That wraps up part 1. If you have any questions or feedback, leave them in the comment section. Also, tell me what you think about the original Dark Sector down below. Anyways, I hope to release the next part within the coming week. I'll see you guys soon.
All targets eliminated. Let's get out of here.